Welcome to the JEDI Shahed Hunter data card video. On March 23, 2026, 6 days ago, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense officially codified and authorized a new interceptor drone for operational use. The JEDI Shahed Hunter. That authorization is not a development announcement. It means the platform has already been proven in combat and the Ukrainian military has formally adopted it into the force. This is a brand new system and we are covering it in the same week it was cleared for service. The JEDI Shahed Hunter is a radar-cued autonomous interceptor drone. Quadcopter. Vertical takeoff. For high-performance electric motors. It weighs just over 4 kilograms, carries a 500-gram warhead, reaches speeds exceeding 350 kilometers per hour, and can operate at altitudes up to 6 kilometers. Higher than any other interceptor drone we have covered in this series. One system protects airspace within a 40-kilometer radius. The manufacturer is JEDI, a Ukrainian defense technology company. Not the Wild Hornets nonprofit. Not Skyfall. A third Ukrainian company producing a combat-ready interceptor, authorized by the Ministry of Defense, available on the Brave One marketplace right now. Let's look at the specifications. For high-performance electric motors. Lightweight, durable airframe. High-capacity battery. Dual sensor suite, daylight electro-optical camera and thermal infrared camera for day and night operations. Warhead, 500 grams, proximity or contact detonation. Weight, just over 4 kilograms. Max speed, exceeds 350 kilometers per hour. Altitude ceiling, 6 kilometers, 16,400 feet. Operational radius, 40 kilometers. Production capacity, over 1,000 units per month as of March 2026. On the Brave One marketplace, the Ukrainian Armed Forces procurement platform, the daylight variant lists at approximately €1,328. The thermal variant at approximately €1,743. The full ground control system including radar data reception and initial drone equipment costs approximately €70,000. That is the system price, not just the drone. Now the architecture that makes the JEDI different from every other interceptor in this series. The Sting is human-piloted with an AI thermal fallback when jamming cuts the link. The P1 Sun is semi-autonomous with computer vision terminal guidance. The JEDI Shahed Hunter takes the next step. It receives targeting data automatically from radar systems. No human has to see the target, acquire the target, or direct the drone toward the target. The radar network does that. The JEDI enters the engagement zone, autonomously acquires the target, autonomously tracks it, and autonomously executes the terminal intercept. The human operator manages the system. The drone manages the kill chain. That is not a marginal improvement over the Sting. That is a different command architecture entirely. One radar operator can queue multiple JEDI interceptors simultaneously. You cannot do that with FPV-piloted drones. As the scale of Russian Shahed attacks grows, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 per month, the human pilot bottleneck becomes the binding constraint on the defender's intercept rate. The JEDI removes that bottleneck. The confirmed target set is broad. Shahed 136 and Garin 2 one-way attack drones. Gerber decoy drones. Zala reconnaissance UAVs. Supercam reconnaissance UAVs. The Ministry of Defense statement specifically includes reconnaissance UAVs, which is significant. The Zala and Supercam are the targeting platforms that find Ukrainian artillery and feed coordinates to Russian fires. Killing the targeting drone before it can pass the coordinate is operationally more valuable than any single strike kill. Now the countermeasure vulnerability profile. RF jamming, moderate. The autonomous radar queue architecture reduces dependence on continuous RF control. Once the radar track is received and the intercept is initiated, autonomous terminal guidance continues without operator input. The JEDI does not simply crash when jammed the way earlier FPV interceptors did. GPS spoofing, low impact. short engagement duration and 40-kilometer radius limit GPS denial exposure. Thermal and electro-optical terminal guidance handles the final phase independently of GPS. EMI and EMC high. Commercial-grade electronics throughout. Same vulnerability as every other interceptor in this series. The cost philosophy accepts this. You cannot build €1,300 interceptors at scale with full military electronics hardening. Microwave attack high. Same reasoning. Unhardened commercial electronics. Russia has no deployed high-power microwave counter-UAS capability in the current operational context. Kinetic intercept, very low. At 350 km per hour, the JEDI is faster than every Shahed-class target it engages. Overall vulnerability rating, moderate. Electronic vulnerabilities are real but constrained in the current operational environment. The autonomous architecture provides meaningful RF resilience. High-power microwave vulnerability is the primary theoretical risk with no current Russian deployed counter. Now the cost argument and the convergence. At €1,300 per unit for the daylight variant, the JEDI Shahed Hunter is the lowest priced confirmed interceptor currently listed on the Brave One marketplace. Against the Shahed 136 at $20,000 to $50,000 per unit, the cost-exchange ratio runs 15-1 in the defender's favor at minimum. Against the Patriot PAC-3 at $4 million per interceptor missile, the ratio is 2,700-1. But the JEDI's strategic contribution is not just its unit price. It is the scalability that radar-cued autonomous architecture enables. The Sting and the Bullet and the P-1 Sun all require trained FPV pilots, one pilot, one drone, one intercept at a time. The JEDI requires radar network coverage and a ground control station, then scales from there. One GCS. One radar node. Multiple simultaneous intercepts. That is the architecture Ukraine needs to defeat mass-fire Shahed salvos at the scale Russia is now launching them. A nonprofit built the Sting with private donations and 3D printers. A commercial company built the P-1 Sun with frontline feedback and produced thousands per month. Now the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense has codified a third interceptor, radar-cued, fully autonomous in the terminal phase, capable of operating at twice the altitude of the Sting. Ukraine is not building a platform. Ukraine is building an interceptor ecosystem. The full JEDI Shahed Hunter data card is available at the link in the description. Download it, keep it, and we will see you on the next one.